So I am back. I haven't made a video in forever, and you probably don't remember who I am. So, hello, my name is Zoe. I have made videos on YouTube on and off for the last 2 to 3 years. And I made the brilliant decision about 6 weeks before the World Health Organization decided that they were going to declare that we were in the middle of a worldwide pandemic, that I was going to start a service-based, non-essential business. So obviously, if you look around, the world looks a little differently today than it did, a month, 2 months ago. There's social distancing, safer at home orders. There's the closing of non-essential businesses. So hello, here I am. I have owned my business for 2.5 months, and we're gonna talk about it today. So if you have been following me for a while, you know that I have had a couple of different jobs over the last few years while I've been on YouTube. I went to college, I got married, and I've always been super vague about what I did for a living because I just didn't want to put my work for an organization that wasn't me out on the internet for privacy reasons. So we're gonna back up a little bit, and I'm going to give you guys just a little bit of backstory about how I came to this decision at an interesting time in the world to go out on my own and start my own business, and then getting into what that business is. So I graduated with my bachelor's degree in Interdisciplinary Studies with a focus on nonprofit music business in May of 2018, and I also graduated with an associate's degree in university studies with a focus in music business in also May of 2018. So I took that degree and I worked in nonprofit management doing operations and logistics for a couple of years, some of that before graduation, some of that after graduation. And during that time, I worked from home extensively and I traveled, not super extensively, but compared to the average American worker, pretty extensively. And then in May of 2019, I moved across the country to join my husband, who had enlisted in the Marine Corps, to live in the Washington, D.C. metro area. And shortly after that, I made the decision to part ways with the nonprofit that I'd been working at and started a slew of interesting, strange, and I'm very satisfied with, but not what I would have expected, career choices over the following 6-9 months. So I interviewed for a whole bunch of jobs in the DC area, some in nonprofit, some in real estate, some in sales, some in marketing, just kind of all over the place, because having a degree in nonprofit music business is super specific and essentially was not the position that I was looking for at that time. So I ended up taking a job in property management, working in DC, learned a lot about marketing, started doing some work with a startup that some of my friends are working on, helping them with marketing. Realized that I had this burning passion for marketing that I should have understood from having done YouTube and had a blog, but didn't realize to the extent that I actually love it. Ended up leaving my job in property management and worked on my own doing marketing consulting for about 2 months, and then realized, hey, you have a camera, you like taking pictures, you're good at it. And so in January of 2020, I got my business license to be Zoe Gregory Photography, where I am now doing photography work in the greater DC area as well as some in Central Virginia. So I service Southern Maryland, city of DC, Northern Virginia, and like the Richmond area of Virginia. Big territory, various different types of services that I offer. Not gonna get into all of that in this video, but basically I decided that I would open as a photography business in the early to middle part of January of this year. My business's official birthday is January 15th of 2020. And I am super proud to say that through both my skills that I've developed in marketing and the skills that I have developed through photography over the last several years, which this is not like I picked up a camera and said, I'm gonna start being a professional photographer. First week of January, I have had photography clients in the past. I've done portrait work. When I lived in Tennessee, it was just kind of like a side hustle type thing. So I don't want you to think that I like just picked up a camera and was like, hey, I have a fancy camera, I'm gonna be a photographer now. No, there's much more that went into it, but we're glazing through this for the purpose of this YouTube video. So, my business's official birthday is January 15th of 2020. I took my first portrait clients that week, along with a few other commercial clients that week as well. It was super exciting, and I was in the very lucky position where the week that I started my business as a professional photographer, I was able to replace the income that I had been making working in property management a couple months prior. Obviously, I had other income coming in between leaving a property management job and starting my photography business, because like I said, I'd been doing some marketing work in there, but it wasn't quite up to the level of income that I'd been making in property management. So, left property management, started doing marketing, and then decided that now is the time. I want to be able to call myself a professional photographer. I want to work as a professional photographer. That's what I want to do with my life, along with marketing. And so I created essentially a photography and marketing business that I'm doing on my own. And I'm super excited about that. So I have been very lucky in the fact that I, in setting up my company, also set up some contracts doing some marketing for some local businesses and some contracts for photography work that doesn't involve interaction with people. And so that has been what has been carrying me through this unique world situation. So my original plan was that I had filmed a few videos that were talking about the process of like setting up my business and what it's like to start a business, what it's like to like go through all of the processes of like incorporating your business, getting your bank account, getting your tax form set up. I'm really weird in that I am a photographer in Virginia, which is the only state in the union where you have to charge sales tax on your service as a photographer. That's like very out of the box for the photography industry as a whole. So that was like its whole new set of hoops for me to jump through. So I had started filming some videos talking about all of that process, and then as I was editing those videos, the world was starting to change. So I thought that I would go ahead and make this video and explain to you guys like, hey, I'm still here, this is my life, and I'm really excited to share with you all of the process that goes into being a young woman starting a business, because I don't feel like that is a topic that is talked about on the internet all that much. And while I'm by no means an expert, just to have been able to come across somebody while I was going through that process that said, these are the things that I struggled with and I still did it, would have been awesome. And I didn't really find that platform of women talking about the struggles of starting their businesses. And so, yeah, I am going to be starting this little series on my YouTube channel where I talk about all of the like nitty-gritty stuff that goes into the decision to start a business. And because obviously one cannot ignore what is going on in the world right now, there will probably be some discussion about how the current situation of the world affects my business as a whole and what I'm doing and how I'm going to combat that. So if you're interested in any of that content, hi, here I am. I'll be making that content here on this channel. And if you are still interested in any of my past content, which was pretty much like generic lifestyle content, I will still probably be trickling some of that in here and there. I have a major update about my braces that I know a lot of you are probably interested in. That's where I got a lot of my YouTube subscribers, was through my like non-traditional adult braces journey. The pandemic has drastically altered that as well. So we're going to talk about that at some point on here in the future. And yeah, if you have any other ideas of things that you want to know about, either about starting a business or just catching up on my life and where I've been, I would love to do that for you. I would love if you would give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, because it really does help get my videos out there to more people. And I'm hoping that with this new content of building a business, I am generating content that's going to be helpful for other women. And if you have any interest in this journey of me starting a business, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can see more of my face on your screen. Bye guys. And in the middle of attempting to film this video, my iPad decides that it's going to update my notes app where I have the notes for the video. Cool. God, I've got this weird like piece of hair that uncurled itself. I'm just gonna forget about that.